What is going on, all you Pokemon collecting maniacs out there? This is Ryan, the PikaPikaPaPa, and here we are with a brand new series here on the PikaPikaPapa channel, and I couldn't be more excited. Now, here's something that I realized that's a flaw of mine and a flaw of a lot of us other PokeTubers out there, is a lot of times we talk about things that have happened in the past, right? Like now, obviously, it's very hard to talk about what's happening right now in the present, and it's even harder to talk about anything that might happen in the future. But for me, I found that, hey, listen, things have been dropping for a period of 3 months, then I do a video about it, or things have been going up for 3 months and I finally notice and I do a video about it. Like when I'm sitting here saying, hey, listen, I want to play chess when everybody else is playing checkers, when I'm trying to provide everybody with the best tools that I can to make the best collecting and investing decisions, I thought about, I need to get this information in everybody's hands more often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, Scarlet and Violet, maybe even XY cards, month over month performance. We're going to look at the top 20 cards from every single set with the booster box. We're going to look at booster box prices, Elite Trainer box prices, Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. I even threw in booster pack prices in here, and we're going to track it month over month. Now, what will happen too is this is only the first time I've done it. I have September numbers, I have October numbers, so we have month over month changes. But as I continue to put this into that data warehouse that I keep, I will start to notice trends over time. And as I start to notice trends, it's my job to call it out to you as early as I can. That way we can get ahead of the curve, right? It doesn't do us any good to notice a trend after it's already happened. So this is my attempt to provide you guys with some more tools and just some more up-to-date information. And obviously I'm hoping to benefit from it myself. Now, here's what I will say. If you have a squeamish tummy, don't watch this video because it was an absolute bloodbath for Sword and Shield, really in every single category from September to October. But that's okay. Listen, the cardboard collecting space, it's never upward and the right to forever. We're going to have ups, we're going to have downs, we're going to have moments of great price appreciation. We're going to have moments where things crash. We're certainly not in a crash, but we certainly are seeing things soften up a little bit, which is even more important and more reason for us to start talking about it every single month. Now, when I said a bloodbath, this is what I'm talking about. So the top 20 cards from every single Sword and Shield set that had a booster box, the total value of those was $6,790 in September. Now in October, those same top 20 cards have dropped to a value of $6,382. So the whole group has come down $408, representing an overall loss of 6%. Now we're going to look at booster boxes in the same perspective, right? Now, I always think, hey, listen, sealed products, Sword and Shield's getting a little bit older, right? Like booster boxes is the safest of the safe, but guess what? Even the booster boxes weren't safe. We even saw, I think it was 7 of the 12 booster boxes came down in price month over month, which is really, really weird. We don't see that a whole lot. But again, some of these Sword and Shield booster boxes, they were hit with the restock, so we've seen some price, depreciation, which is fine. Again, I don't think these current prices give us any idea of what they'll do in the long term. But again, when we're making buying decisions now in the moment, it's important to track this stuff now and in the moment. So let's get into it, and I'm going to start off with the newest set. So we have Silver Tempest and we have Lost Origin, right? We all know both of these sets have been nipped a little bit by the restock bug, right? We have a few gains here, but again, these are also kind of too new to expect those big growths, right? Like we don't really expect these newer sets in Sword and Shield to start seeing major price appreciation until further down the road. Now, the Silver Tempest box has started to rebound a little bit from that restock. It's up 2%, which is, it's not really a whole lot. Both of these Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs have performed relatively well. The Silver Tempest one is sold out on the Pokemon Center, which really helps to drive that price. The Lost Origin one is available on the Pokemon Center still, but guess what? Not everybody has access to the Pokemon Center, so if they want it, they got to go and get this off the secondary market. Now, I will say this, I pull all of this information straight from Polkadata.io, and the thing I love about Polkadata.io is it uses eBay for its price calculations, right? When you use TCG Player, it only uses TCG Player. I personally think that there's no greater price prediction, there's no greater, not prediction, but there's no greater true value of a product or card or price of anything than what it goes for on eBay, because it's the world's biggest marketplace for Pokemon cards. So that's why I love Polkadata.io, and that's why I use it here. Now, one of the interesting things here is Lost Origin seems to be like a better bet from a price to booster box perspective. Now you see down at the very bottom there, I have in bright yellow the average burst booster box price. So I take the average of the top 20 cards and I do it as a ratio versus the booster box. We've done a ton of data dives in the past around this particular metric, and it does tend to be a pretty good indicator, of what the booster boxes will do in the future, because a lot of people are chasing those booster boxes in order to rip them to go after the cards in it. And if the cards inside are trash, right, then not a lot of people people are going to pay a ton of money for the booster box. So we are always looking at that ratio here on the PikaPikaPaPa channel. Now, I will say this again, both of these have been hit with the restock bug. Both of these are relatively new. So don't take those average versus booster box price ratios as a great indicator right now. We got to give this more time, and we will continue to watch this month over month. Now, getting into the next two, Astral Radiance and Brilliant Stars. And man, Astral Radiance is an absolute bloodbath, right? Like the top 20 came down a total of almost 10%. The Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box came down. Booster boxes were flat. You know, booster packs went down. It's just not good story right there for Astral Radiance, with the exception of that Starmie Trainer Gallery, which I absolutely love. It's got Misty on it. You know how much I love Misty. That card has been an absolute rocket ship, and that is really what is buoying Astral Radiance here overall. Now, Brilliant Stars is another set that had a restock, right? And I think right now, $125 for a booster box of Brilliant Stars is a fantastic opportunity to pick it up at a great price. I think all of us feel really strongly about the long-term prospects of Brilliant Stars. Again, the market's a little soft right now. We see it here. We see all these cards that are coming down. We see booster box prices coming down, yada, 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 yada. But you and I aren't looking at the now. We're looking at the 3, 5, 10-year horizon. And I think in 3, 5, 10 years, if we all look back and we say, man, I wish I would have backed the dump truck up and bought as many Brilliant Stars booster boxes for $125 as I could. So again, it's really interesting to see this. I personally don't think that we're going to see another restock or reprint of Brilliant Stars anytime in the future. I think that it is what it is. It is still available on the Pokemon Center. So again, it's really hard to see this booster box go up over MSRP too much simply when you know it's available at MSRP at the Pokemon Center. So really interesting stuff here on these two sets. Really fascinating to see Astral Radiance, which hasn't had that restock, still go through a very similar price manipulation the way the other sets that we've looked at so far have, even without the restock. Still, bloodbath and Astral Radiance. So now we get into Fusion Strike and Evolving Skies. You all know that how much I love Fusion Strike. I was so excited to do this because I thought, oh man, my Fusion Strike, if anything is going to hold its water over the last month, it's going to be Fusion Strike. Wah, wah, not so much. Even Fusion Strike got kicked in the shins. But if you look at the sealed product, right, Fusion Strike sealed product is doing pretty good. The Pokemon Center Boost Elite Trainer box was out of stock. It came back in stock. I was hoping it wouldn't be on there for as long as it has because I've got a couple of them and I think they're great buy and holds. But it's still in stock today, so if you haven't picked one up, Fusion Strike Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs I think is a very good buy and hold for the long run. But I will say this, not a single green line on that Fusion Strike. All of the top 20 cards are down month over month, which isn't great. Now we get to Evolving Skies, right? Evolving Skies is the king of Sword and Shield. Evolving Skies is the big dog, but even Evolving Skies, even the Moonbreon, right, isn't immune to what is going on in the Poke market right now. Now, the Moonbreon is down 12% month over month. It is really starting to fall. It'll be interesting to see at what point the market says, hey, that price is too low. I'm going to jump in there. I'm going to start picking it up again. But the price is certainly coming down. Love to see the Rayquaza's doing good, though. That one is actually up 7%. The booster box is up 5%. I think that is a fantastic hold. The thing that I liked about looking at this Evolving Skies month over month is the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box is down 17%. Now, if it continues to fall, I will absolutely pick that up. I think in the long run, the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes, I just think they're going to be a little rarer. I think they're going to hold a little more, I don't know, prestige than the regular Elite Trainer boxes. And they might not be the biggest gainer in my entire collection, but I certainly think they're going to be really cool to hold on to. And so if this one continues to drop, guaranteed I will pick up more. Now, I will say this, when you look at the overall month over month, the average price in Evolving Skies, it did only drop 4%, right? The last couple we've looking at were like -8%, -9%. So even though Evolving Skies is down, the quality of Evolving Skies has helped it from falling down as far as all of these other sets. Now, Chilling Reign is another one I was super bullish on. I'm like, all right, Chilling Reign booster boxes, gone. They're not on Pokemon Center anymore. Like Chilling Reign, this is going to be Chilling Reign's time to shine. It's going to pop up, but well, no, yet again, no, it didn't happen, right? Everything is down. All of the sealed product for Chilling Reign is down month over month. The Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs is down 16%. Regular Elite Trainer boxes are down 9%. Booster packs are down 39%. And booster boxes as a whole are down 11%. Then you look at all of the cards. Again, just an absolute bloodbath here with only one in the green. And now, Battle Styles is another one where we don't see a lot of green, but at least we see a couple green bars. I mean, every other thing that we've looked at month over month has been really bad. And you'll see that the downwards downward trend in Battle Styles is -5%. Again, Evolving Skies was -4%. Battle Styles is -5%. The booster box continues to come down, which to me, it's getting to a point where it's hard to ignore, right? You can pick up a Battle Styles booster box for about the same price as you can get some of these newer Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. Now, the Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are going to be available for a very, very long time in the $100 range. I don't know how much longer Battle Styles booster boxes will be. So if it comes down to my decision whether I'm buying those Scarlet and Violet booster boxes at $100 or the Battle Styles one, at least right now, I'm getting into Battle Styles because again, I think it's got some play. I think it's got some long-term play to it. I really, really do. Under $100 plus the age, plus it's at a Sword and Shield, which is a great era. I think that is a great, great pickup. Now, we're going to look at Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze. I've been talking a lot about Vivid Voltage. It's getting to be that age where, you know, some of these sets we will talk about, and I actually have it called out down here. We're going to reach a certain point in some of these sets where age does become a factor, right? They're harder to find simply because they're older. People who have them in their collections are keeping them in their collection, so they don't come up on the secondary market as much. Vivid Voltage was printed into the ground. I get it. It is a Pikachu set, right? You look up there, the highest value card in Vivid Voltage, you know, even though it's down 8%, it's still a $120 card. It's still a Pikachu card. Like, there's a lot there. You see the booster pack prices come up, Elite Trainer box prices come up. Now, the Elite Trainer box price started off below MSRP, so going up 8% isn't a huge win. But overall, you know, Vivid Voltage is going to have its time in the sun. And I'm not saying that any Sword and Shield sets are going to do exactly what Sun and Moon did. But again, you're thinking about an older set in Vivid Voltage at $100 per booster box. You can do a whole lot worse than that. Then we get into Darkness Ablaze. Not a lot to get excited about in Darkness Ablaze. Like, yes, it is the Sword and Shield's very first Charizard set, but that Charizard, it was just easy pull. There's, I think, I don't know, something like 14,000 PSA 10s of them out there, just absolutely saturated into the market. But when you look at it, guess what? The booster boxes are going for $131. Like, that's nothing to shake a fist at. But the problem is there's not a lot of oomph in the singles cards, right? When you look at that average to booster box price there in the very bottom, this is absolutely as low as we're going to see in this entire video. So that simply means that the price of the booster box doesn't make a whole lot of sense for the price of the cards that are in there. Again, is age playing some factor in this? Is it the fact that it's an older set? Is it the fact that Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield is an awesome era and this was the very first Charizard set? I don't know. Like, it doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but it is what it is. And hey, sometimes the markets don't make sense, but it is something that I think we should keep an eye on. And we are seeing more green in Darkness Ablaze than any other set in month-over-month performance. So that is a really cool call out right there. Now, we're getting into Rebel Clash and Sword and Shield, right? We're rounding the bend. We're heading into the home stretch, and it's a pretty down way to end a pretty down month. I was going to try and come up with something great, like some shiny nugget just to breed strength and excitement and enthusiasm into this, but the reality is both of these sets followed the same fate as the other 10 that we've already talked about. You know, they really got whacked month over month, and, you know, overall, Rebel Clash, the top 20 cards are down 5%. Sword and Shield got whacked harder than any other set, right? That is our biggest regression, down 11% month over month. Again, we have some really low average price, the booster box price right there. Sword and Shield booster boxes are going up for $276. At least they were flat month over month. Booster packs had a really, really strong month. You know, Elite Trainer boxes for Sword and Shield. You know, we don't really have Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, but we have the black ETBs, which I consider their specialty ones right there. Rebel Clash, you know, those ETBs, those are really hard to come by. They were short printed, so those are going for a mint, almost at $150. Booster boxes are up at $186, but it is down 6%. So, hey, listen, I tried to put a shiny nugget at the end here and I just couldn't come up with one, but it's okay. It is okay to sit here and say, listen, the market is softening. It is okay for us to be acutely aware of what is going on. Matter of fact, that's what makes us great collectors and great investors, is we have to know what's going on around us. That doesn't mean that we should be fearful. It doesn't mean that we should sell all of our Pokemon cards because everything's going to zero. If anything, it means that we should be out there looking for great deals for people who are doing exactly what I just said. But you don't do that. I don't do that because we play chess when everybody else plays checkers. So listen to me, guys. If you made it to the end of this video and you like this kind of stuff, hey, I'm going to be doing this every single month. Hit that subscribe button. Questions or comments, drop them down below. And as always, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Have a great one.